Hi, my name is Vicki Phillips, and tonight I'll be discussing the movie I chose, Love Jones. I chose Love Jones, and my theory I chose the uncertainty theory because it touches on all three phases: the entry phase, the personal phase, and the exit phase. Love Jones is about two young people who meet in Chicago, Nina and Darius. Darius and Nina meet one night at a poetry bar where Darius frequents to do poetry. He meets Nina, instantly falls in love with her. She was not taken by his smooth words and his looks because she's always heard about how he is a man of town. So she kind of gives him the cold shoulder, brushes him off. So Darius decides to do a freelance poem for Nina that night. Does the poem, blows everybody away, even piqued Nina's interest a little. So at the end of the poetry night, they both meet outside to have a conversation, and she thanks him for doing the poem for her. And he suggests that next time Nina does a poem for him. And she says, "Sure, I will, but it won't be about sex." He said, "It won't, well, what would it be about?" So she takes his hand and she writes LOVE on it and says, "I'm sure you know nothing about that," and walks away. Oh, blows everybody's mind. It blows everybody away. So the next time Darius sees Nina is at a record store. So this will go into their entry phase. Sees Nina at the record store, begs his friend to give him Nina's information because she wrote a check for her purchase. Unbeknownst to Nina, Darius is knocking on her door. Showed up unannounced, unexpected. She decides to take a chance and let him in. They have a great conversation and they decide to go on their first date. First date goes great. They go on a second date. The second date is where they talk about their family, the culture, their morals, how they were brought up, things they like, dislike, which takes them into their personal phase. During a personal phase, there's continuing the dates, they're hanging out, they're enjoying each other's time. The final stage, comes when Nina's ex-fiance comes in town to Chicago to kind of persuade Nina to come back home after he had betrayed her. And the reason why she left New York to go to Chicago is to get away from him. So he tries to persuade Nina because he knows Nina isn't currently working. She's a freelance photographer and out of work. So he wants her to come back to New York so he can take care of her. So she's unsure about her love for Darnell, and she's unsure about her love for Darius. She's just uncertain about how Darius feels about her. And she's definitely not sure how Darnell feels since he cheated on her during their relationship. So she decides to test Darius, the person that she actually loved the most. So she and Darius are hanging out. So she asks him how he would feel if she decided to go to New York to take care of some unfinished business. Darius was taken aback. He automatically assumed it was a man that she was going to see. So she didn't want to lie. So she did tell him, she does have some unfinished business with her ex, and she's going to try to, find a job there back in New York because there was nothing in Chicago. So Darius very nonchalant, didn't show any concern or any emotion. He was just stated, okay, that's fine. We're just friends. We're just kicking it. So, like, no strings attached. Do you? Definitely not the response Nina was looking for. Nina was very hurt. She was very taken aback. Then it just brought up all the uncertainty feelings that she felt from the beginning, like he was just throwing her away, and it was a waste of her time. So they didn't talk for a while after that conversation. So the day that Nina decides to leave to go to Chicago, go back to New York, she tries to call Darius one final time. Darius didn't pick up because he was hurt, but he couldn't express it to Nina because he's a man. So he wanted to hold back his feelings. He couldn't show it. She left a voicemail that she was at the train station and she would like to see him one last time, gave him the info where she was, hoping that he'll show up, possibly persuade her to stay. He didn't, which made it their final stage made it the exit scene for their relationship.